En even kijken hoe de volumes zijn. Even denken, wat de heck waren wij aan het doen? Het is alweer even geleden. Oh, dat was het Secret Lab. Daar zijn we geweest. Even kijken, hadden wij 2 planeten waar wij heen moesten, als ik me goed herinner. Eentje is die Monarch. Level B. Maar de main quest doen we als laatste eigenlijk. Dus ik wil eigenlijk eerst naar Skella. Dus allemaal op Monarch en deze 2 zijn op Skella. Ja. Dus dat gaan we eerst doen. Skella. Laten we daar eerst heen gaan. Hier hebben we de professor, waren we klaar.
Destination reached. Scylla.
Oh, Scylla. Ik moet alleen denken, wie gaan wij meenemen?
How can I be of assistance? Goodbye.
Goodbye. Want we hebben natuurlijk ondertussen een paar companions. We hebben Ellie. Die is een medic. Dat is nooit verkeerd, eerlijk gezegd. Felix heeft die heavy gun, die hebben we zelfs de machine gun gegeven. Vika Max, maar die hebben we hier niet nodig. We zullen wel even een scatter geven. Ja, nog Sam de robot. Oeh. Dan reattached. Intimidate. Intimidate kan wel eens heel fijn zijn natuurlijk. Even kijken, wat voor quests zijn dit? Automechanicals. Oké. Dat is een mining outpost. Even kijken, nou nemen we sowieso Sam mee. Wel. Ik denk dat Felix en Parvati was op zich ook wel heel fijn. Met al dat engineering en geneuk van de.
This is real space, isn't it? Empty and silent. Never thought I'd see the like. I'd look up at night, but...
I only ever seen this asteroid in the pages of thrilling space adventures.
Oh, het gaat heel hard naar beneden. Circus Time Freighter. Kijk, deze is 320 meter die kant in. De andere quest. Oké. Die zit daar en anders zit hier ergens. Dus laten we eerst maar richting dat town iets gaan. Zo vast nog wel wat quests te vinden. Vending machine discovered. Oh, dat is diep naar beneden. Hoe de hel kom ik daar? Terraform.
Reckon that explains how we ain't dead. Without the pylons, all the O2 this thing's cracking from the ice would just drift off.
Wonder what it'd take to knock this over.
Try something else!
You want some of this?
We're bouncing off!
Try another whip. Ah!
Leave him to me!
Here I come.
Everyone all right?
Oh, die ligt zelfs in stukken. Die waren best heftig trouwens. Kruimels.
Looks like some sort of habitation.
Wouldn't the quiet get to you? Knowing there's nobody out there? No one at all?
Whiskey. Ooh.
All right, here we go.
Nice one!
Think that's working, boss?
Hands up, jackass. Damn, die kan veel hebben. We moeten nog niet eens looten. Gats. Dat we kunnen ook een fixen. Ik heb een werkbank gedetecteerd, maar... Stel dat geen loot in. Mining outpost. En ik was wel lichtelijk achter dat het allemaal abandoned was hier. Maar... waar had hij die webpage nou gedetecteerd? Iets van opslag zo te zien. Die is goed. Oh, ik denk allebei plat. Je zou eigenlijk zeggen dat we hadden voorkomen dat zijn, maar toch niet. Die deed behoorlijk wat damage ten opzichte van de corrosive. Weer wat geleerd. Ik heb echt wel een workbench nodig. Dus even terug hierin. Dus even kijken of we die workbench kunnen vinden die hij gediscoverd had. Dus weer binnen dan. Nee. Dat is een vendor. Er is ook geen... Oh wel. Nee, dat is een camera. Staat een workbench-achtig icoontje hier op dat eerste huisje. Oh ja, hier is de workbench. Zo. Nou, dan hebben we hier. Dan gaan we naar die andere kust toe. Dat is volgens mij wel een hele kleine planeet. Die even stunnen. Die eens even afmaken, want anders maakt die onstadig af. Oh. Oké, dat ging in ieder geval een stuk beter. Quest updated. Solutional vital.
Outlaw. You know, you didn't have to shoot me down if you wanted an autograph.
Shut up now, and you might get out of this alive.
Let him have it!
Reloading!
You guys all right?
En dat zag.
Tremendous work, friend. Here I was readying a daring maneuver, and you've come and saved me the trouble.
Symptoms detected. Elevated heart rate, dilated pupils, increased sweat production. Subject appears to be terrified.
I'm not terrified, you bucket of bolts. That's victory sweat. The one and only. Wait, who's asking? Wanda. I swear, land on Groundbreaker even a moment tardy, and that busybody's already been up your ass an hour. You tell her these automechs are coming, and sending a hired stooge to rescue me from certain peril only furthers my delay. No offense. Yes, well, I shan't. Give Wanda my chilliest regards.
Oh, 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 oh. Oké. Dan komen we nu terug. Oké, dat was wel een hele kleine planeet. Niet direct heel
I
erg.
believe I hear Felix and Parvati discussing the latest Aetherwave serial.
Ik snap het niet helemaal. Zeven meter naar beneden. Oh, dat is een lab. Oh ja, moet ik toch terug hierheen, dus doe maar.
We've arrived at Phineas's orbital lab.
Ja, dat is mooi. Er zou iets in zijn lab moeten liggen, dus.
Aha! I see you found my portable molecular compression device, better known as a shrink ray. Find the target, point, shoot. Your target will shrink down into a manageable size, whereupon you may commence beating them to a pulp. Feel free to try it on a marauder sometime.
Why was I built to feel ennui?
Missions, backmars om Groundbreaker en Valboek. Oké, Groundbreaker en Valboek. Oh, daar zijn we nog niet geweest. Groundbreaker, daar moeten we sowieso heen voor, want daar loop ik.
The Groundbreaker has approved our request for docking, Captain. You're free to disembark.
Dat is mooi. Ja, ik neem die twee mee. Dus je gaat om die robot mee te pakken. Lijkt hier niks te zijn. Het kan zijn dat we dit stukje al gedaan hebben, omdat we al een aantal science weapons hebben. Dus laten we eerst maar eens even deze doen. Even mijn plan naar buiten.
Rizzo's Purple Berry Punch. You want a punch? You got your punch right here.
Were I a gambling woman, I'd wager you're responsible for my mechanical safe return. I can't thank you enough.
Zo, dan zijn we hier ook klaar. Dan hebben we nu nog een aantal kasten op een valboek. Take Max to visit the Cheney. Dus ik moet sowieso Max meenemen.
Rizzo's pineapple cider. A hard cider for a hard life.
It's a spacer's life. Het geeft me weer helemaal het gevoel dat ik hier...
Your face is a sight for sore ocular processors, Captain. Or rather, your headgear is.
Oké. Oh ja, nou als je het over headgear heeft. Dat is level 9. Zo, klik en mix. Breakdown. Laat ik volgens mij even verlaten. Max. Armor. Zo dialects. Kits. En zullen we herhalen. Dan komt hij meteen weg. Oké. Nou, op naar Monarch.
We're now in orbit above Stellar Bay, Captain. Remember that you are not insured.
Remember, you're not insured. Ik vind hem eigenlijk wat minder. Laten we hem meenemen. Wat voor questen hebben we trouwens? Nou ja, sowieso die, oké. Oh ja, salvage. Kan zij is fijn met die hamer. Ik wetste. Laten we de robot maar eens meenemen. Kijk hoe die is. Something fishy. Stellar Bay. Daar kunnen we niks mee. Is dit een lift? Ja.
Hey, hold on there. I gotta sign you in. Don't think I've seen you around. That means you must be new to Stellar Bay. You are new here, right?
Yep.
I knew it. See, I made what you'd call a logical deduction. You must have seen those UDL gunships on your way in. There's only 3 of them these days. Still, they tend to scare folk off. You may not have heard, you being new, but Stellar Bay hardly ever gets off-world traffic. Us being cut off by the board and all. Which means I never get to do this part, but I've been practicing, so here goes.
Yeah.
On behalf of Monarch Stellar Industries, welcome to Stellar Bay, home of the freshest sal tuna and halcyon. Please state your name for the records. Swell. There's one for the logs. I'm even gonna give you your own entry code. I'm not supposed to do that. It's against procedure, but Mr. Sanjar isn't so strict about the rules here. Besides, I got a lot of empty entries to fill. We don't get ship traffic in town. Only off-worlders who do make it out here are sublight. They got a base in Fallbrook. And thank the stars for them, or we would have run out of Rizzo's Purple Berry Crunch years ago.
Okay.
Oh, that'll just make Mr. Sanjar's day if you tell him. The board makes up lots of nasty stories about raptidons and cannibals and whatnot. But that's all outside our walls. Mostly.
Wow.
Oh, sure. It makes Stellar Bay sound like a rotten place, but it's not so bad. Get a good breeze going, and the sulfur smell mostly covers up the fishy smell.
Ah, the nostalgic stench of home.
Hey, Altje, goedenavond, jongen.
In Edgewater.
Anyway, Mr. Sanjar's got lots to say on that subject. Kinda goes over my head, though. Mr. Sanjar will be mighty pleased to meet you. If you see him over at headquarters, maybe you could tell him I did a bang-up job of welcoming you? Oh, And if you're headed that way, maybe you could do me a favor. I got this Rizzo's Rangers Tosswell poster coming in on the next sublight shipment, signed by the Black Hole himself. Only I haven't heard anything in a while. You think you could check with Celia to see if it's come in? Thanks a bunch. Celia works for Mr. Sanjar in the MSI building next to the bar.
Goed, goed.
She's always there, so you can't miss it.
De operatie van vader is goed gegaan, dus... Oeh. Zou we niet doen, hè?
Fresh
Stelen.
blood at last. Stellar Bay could use some.
And the little bastard's slippery, right? On account of its blood, so it's sliding all over the place, trying to crawl away. Getting so I can't tell the blood from the mud. But I gotta get in there, get right in that baby rap's stomach and dig it out. If so much as a drop of stomach acid got on that medallion, shit, I don't know what I'd do. Might be I'd hunt every damn wrapped out there. Right. What are you staring? Wait. You ain't from around here. Who are you? Ooh, charmer. Don't get a lot of that around here. Folks mostly grump at me about how I should join the MSI payroll. Nice change of pace. Buy me a drink, will you? Outstanding! What are you doing in Stellar Bay, stranger? Well. Let's get down to brass nuts then, shall we? Wait, that ain't it. Brass rats? Let's talk business. I'm headed back out there after I sober up. You want a guide sooner than that? You'll have to get me something to clear my head.
Water.
Outstanding! Our dispensary here maintains a stock of, well, I don't rightly know what they are. Steroid or caffeine somethings? Pills. They're very good. I'm cut off for the month, on account of needing one just about every damn day. But I'm sure you've got your wily ways. Fetch me one and we'll be all set.
Ja, ik heb meteen vanmiddag, nadat ik nieuws kreeg dat in ieder geval de operatie goed gegaan was, en dat hij onderweg was naar de kamer, heb ik meteen even een paar uur kunnen slapen.
Well, they work. We got a deal or what?
You won't find a better deal in Halcyon than our special one-time offer for a refurbished sanitation unit. Remember, if it's dirty, it's a job for Sam.
What in the... That thing talks?
Well. Isn't often we see new folk in Stellar Bay. First drink's on me, stranger.
Die had je net aan haar kunnen geven in plaats van...
Enjoy. If you plan on sitting through Nyoka's stories, you might could use a few.
I could use a few in telling them myself.
Now what can I do for you? Thought it had a fancy ring to it. Name's the first advertising anyone sees, after all. Nope. But a man can dream. Not since Amber Heights. These days we have more leaving than coming. Off to join the Iconoclasts or some such. Bunch of marauders broke into the executive compound, slaughtered everyone. Corporations pulled out of Monarch not long after. I thought everyone knew. But then that was 10 years ago. Still feels fresh to us every time we look at our walls, though. But it had a fancy ring to it. Ah, don't be so negative. It's what's on the inside that counts. Speaking of, you look like you could use a bottle with something good in it.
Steel moeten we niet hebben. Resident, daar moet ik zo. Zo, het ziet ook niemand. Ja. Finance. Kom binnen of blijf buiten, maar doe die deur dicht. Anders kan ik niet alles jatten hier. Ben jij dit weekend thuis al? Oké, dan moet ik even met Mark kijken. Misschien als je zin hebt wat Generation Zero te doen. Nu er ook weer een nieuwe update is. Wacht, passion bills. Shit, redelijk.
Could I get another advance, Mr. Nandi?
Just make sure it's properly logged.
I'll note it next to the others, sir. Greetings, and welcome to Monarch Stellar Industries, producers and purveyors of the finest salt tuna in Halcyon. What can I do for you today? Not at all. Mr. Nandi treats us all right and pays us well. I just spent most of my paycheck on Raptidon acid. Laws, no. Sometimes it's canid teeth, or a mantis worm wings. Whatever Sebastian has in stock, really. So I can talk to him, of course. He doesn't get going about much else. Sort of the strong, silent type. Unfortunately, my apartment's kind of filling up with his stuff. And some of the neighbors are complaining about the smell. Would you? I'd appreciate that so much. Maybe don't tell him I wanted you to ask. Just that you met this really nice lady named Celia, and she seemed... Oh, Mr. Nandi's doing that thing where he breathes through his nose real slowly. I'd better get back to work. He doesn't talk much, but he's got this quiet intensity, you know? Like there's stuff going on inside his head that you have no idea about. Plus, he's got great legs. It's hard to find a man who doesn't skimp on lower body exercises.
Okay.
Sorry, sometimes I get carried away.
Well, new business turns up at last. Celia, didn't I tell you our new statistics-based advertising model would be a hit?
That you did, sir.
How can yield improvements of 26.7% not quicken the pulse? How can 32% cost savings not moisten the loins?
You've often posed these very questions.
Clear my schedule. This newcomer has a meeting with me.
Don't you have a meeting with me? Okay.
Celia, will you make a note of that for my self-review? Very generous.
Noted.
But not so generous I can't drive a good bargain. Now, who sent you? Rizzo's, perhaps?
Hey,
or
I'm
Auntie
Cleo.
Cleo herself? What a charming notion. One doesn't meet many free spirits in Halcyon. Not outside Tartarus prison, anyway. Forgive me, I'd be positively enraptured. Only, I take it this means you aren't here for Saltuna. Oh, a shame. I'd been saving a bottle of iceberg-aged whiskey for an occasion like this. I had hoped that livening up our advertisements with enticing figures would draw the other corporations back to our bosom, but it seems we're back to the drawing board. Surviving alone isn't as easy as it looks. Thanks to the so-called hazard clause, Monarch has been cut off from the board's resources and protection for 10 years now. Now, we've kept ourselves in business by trading with individual corporations, but given the off-the-books nature of those transactions, such arrangements are precarious.
You talk like Graham.
Freedom always sounds nice, doesn't it? It makes a rather pretty slogan. But if you sit down and tally up the costs, how you provide for yourself in the absence of aid, how you protect yourself from a hostile galaxy, it starts to lose its shine.
Exactly. Intellectualism fuels the train to mankind's future, but the tracks the train runs on are forged from practicality.
Yes, it's as though the good vicar has plucked the very words from my brain.
Indeed. Mr. Nandi here has a rather ingenious plan to get MSI restored to the board.
On our terms, mind you.
Returning to the board is your only chance if you hope to survive here on Monarch. That doesn't mean it'll be easily achievable.
Indeed not. No worthwhile plan was ever simple. That's what I always say.
And if our advertising scheme hasn't borne fruit, then perhaps it's time we took matters into our own hands.
It's true, our Celia is an alarmingly competent middle manager. At any other company, she'd be wasted in data entry. The plan she refers to is a two-pronged approach, and the first part involves seeing Stellar Bay properly defended.
Okay.
With a Bolt 52 cartridge, of course. If you can get us what we need to rejoin the board, starting the Bolt 52, we'll be able to become one of the most productive and secure cities in Halcyon.
And you'll have a powerful ally on the board.
Why, one of the strongest defenses in Halcyon. An extremely powerful ordnance. I'll need to gather some supplemental materials, but I mustn't get ahead of myself.
You do tend to do that.
The Bolt 52 will be in the old arms building southwest of town, which used to be part of Stellar Bay before we had to move our walls in. And these days, it's overrun with marauders and raptidons. Do be careful. I've lost more than a few people to marauders and raptidons out there. Oh, and while you're at it, there should be a terminal in the arms building with some dangerous information. Perhaps you could delete it so it doesn't fall into the wrong hands. What can I do for you? Hiram? Why, he's probably still out at Devil's Peak. Not that he's had the courtesy to notify me, at any rate. You'd head south along the road and look for a mountain to the west. Not that I'd advise it. It's a terribly dangerous trek. But if you insist on going, I'd recommend taking a local guide. Nyoka would be a prime candidate.
If you can keep her sober.
I see. And was his delivery of the MSI authorized greeting up to snuff? Well, that's excellent. I'll see that your feedback makes it into his review. What else can I do for you?
Wow. Is dat alleen PvE alt of ook PvP? Ik ga ervan uit dat het ook PvP is, toch? Kan allebei, ben we er nog geen tegenkomen. Dus PvP, PvE. Dus in principe PvP, maar zolang je niet tegenkomt.
Can I interest you in a raptidon tongue? Or maybe some canid toenails? You look like a man who's looking for some mostly fresh animal parts? Huh. I haven't seen her in a few days, but I've been meaning to ask her how that raptidon acid is working out. I hope it's working okay, because no one else really seems interested in this stuff. Wait, I see what's going on. She put you up to this so she could get a discount, hmm? Don't get me wrong. I'd like to give her a discount. She's a real fine lady. Always talks nice and slow, so I understand. But if I give her one, I won't hardly make a bit, on account of no one else having any use for raptidon tongues. You sound pretty sure. And she is awful nice. Okay, I'll do it. Once her shift ends, we'll go someplace nice. Maybe to Chef Raymond's.
Ja. En die drops dat er meerdere achteraan gaan en zo. Oké, dat was deze quest.
Have you talked to Sebastian yet? What did he say? You know, sending you is the first bright idea I've seen from that man, because I told him to stop bothering me about it a week ago. I still don't know anything about it, but if you want to help him, Velma's the one to ask. She's in the warehouse. But I'll warn you, Grim wore her patience thin a long time ago. Oh, have you talked to him? Okay, but how did he say it? Did he sound excited? Or like he was just agreeing to it? Was he like, yay, a date with Celia. I've secretly been waiting for this. Or was it more, sure, I don't have anything else going on. Oh, I will. Now I've just got to figure out which jumpsuit I'm wearing and how I'm fixing my hair. Or maybe I should go with a casual look? Ah, look at me going on. I'm sure you've got other things to do, and Mr. Nandi's giving me that back-to-work look. Anyhow, thank you.
Level up, level up. Even kijken. Moesten wij hier doen? Oh, ja, dat is dat. Dat is een valboek. Eerst even kijken van de bellen.
Velma seem out of sorts to you?
She's always cranky.
No, I mean more than usual.
Dan moet Velma hier binnen zitten. Oh, daar is het toch.
Look, you can tell Catherine the new shipment will be ready when it's ready, all right? She's welcome to come up here and pack boxes herself if she's in such a hurry. Well, if you're that friendly about it, then you definitely aren't one of Catherine's sublight toughs. My mistake. Hope you can forgive my temper. This job has been running me ragged lately. First, my autoloader foreman stages a walkout, and now my chief pescatological health manager is missing.
Okay.
Braxton. He's in charge of getting the fish fat, but also making sure they don't get too many tumors. He's a real wizard with pharmaceuticals, but he has creative notions of working hours. Comes with living in a free colony, I guess. I can't keep working double shifts either. Since you don't seem to be constrained yourself, maybe you could check up on him. He lives in the apartments.
Sure.
Tell him Velma said to get his lazy ass down here, or she might start noticing those extra jugs he's been taking from supply. Something else on your mind? Stealing's such a nasty word. Let's call it skimming. And yeah, let's just say I've noticed the sterile biotics we use for the fish would get used a little faster on Braxton's shifts. We're not like those corporate towns where you get fined for sleeping on the wrong side of the bed. Besides, the Spacer's Choice stuff we use is cheap enough. And Braxton knows how to get the salt tuna, fat, and mostly tumor-free.
Had je guys een Zero Dawn al uit? Anders heb je daar ook nog wel het een en ander te doen.
Hello, dearie. Why, I don't believe I've seen you before. And with sweet cheeks like those, I'd remember. What can Auntie Abigail do for you? And what a helpful young man you are. Nothing like a little pill to liven up the spirits. Who's your lucky friend, dearie? Aren't you a saucy thing? I may not be a fresh young thing anymore, but with age comes experience, dearie. Maybe some other time then, when Auntie's personal allotment of stimulation is restored. But I'd hate to send you away empty-handed. You were here for caffeinoid, weren't you? Who's it for? Now, there's no keeping secrets from Auntie Abigail. I'll tease it out of you one way or another. Also, I really do have to...
God of War ook nog. Mark.
After all, I have to keep track of where our little pills wander off to. Now, dearie, it is my job after all. I'm so sorry, but with the iconoclasts and the marauder filth chasing away what little trade we get, I'm afraid I have to reserve my supply for Stellar Bay residents. Our reserves have gotten so low, I've even had to start locking the supply room upstairs. Isn't it a shame what some people will do to get a little extra? Isn't it just? I'd make an exception for you if I could, my little cherub. Is there anyone else needing a special pickup from Auntie Abigail? Oh, her. It's none of my business, but I have told her Dr. Williams would bump up her monthly allotment if only she'd join MSI. Contribute like the rest of us. Now I've gone and said too much. And you know me, dearie. I don't like to pry.
Speelt een nieuwe transportfever.
I'm afraid not. Dr. Williams managed the town's allotments from his terminal upstairs. Even I can't access them. In the town graveyard, I'm afraid. Poor man was always searching for the flower of enlightenment. On the way, he tried some rather daring substance combinations. The graveyard's near the southern ruins. You're certainly welcome to pay our respects, but the bodies tend to attract beasties.
Okay.
Do be careful. I'd hate for anything to happen to you, dearie. Chin up, dearie.
Eens even kijken. Kijk, deel 1 is iets van 6 euro, zie ik. Dus even op mijn wishlist zetten. Deel 2. En die komt de 11e inderdaad.
Patience is a virtue, or so I've been told.
Ja, dat gevoel had ik al als ik vlug keek. Ik zal er eens morgen wat YouTube filmpjes over kijken. Aangezien als het goed is mijn vader morgen mooi thuis komt. Dus ik weet nog niet hoe laat of hoe of wat. Dus ik weet ook niet hoe laat ik kan gaan streamen. Dus in de tussentijd, ja, ik ga toch wel wat videogames spelen natuurlijk. Dus ik ga mooi even wat YouTube erover kijken. En voor 6 euro kan ik dan geen breuk vallen als ik zeg van, wow, lijkt wel wat. Is het dan niks? Ja, dan ben ik 6 euro kwijt. Nou ja, die. En die. Ik kan niet dus toch. Ja, dat zag ik. En er was ook nog een pre-order bonus. Nog even een heel december zit vol, ondanks dat het alleen de eerste 14 dagen is dat er überhaupt wat uitkomt. Ja, december zit eigenlijk vol.
Help! Someone's been killed!
I think I'm gonna be sick. I clean the apartments while everyone's at work. I've seen all sorts of messes, but this... If you're going into the apartments, do not go into the lower one on the right. That's where the body is. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go contemplate a hot shower.
Ja, dat is precies waar we moeten zijn natuurlijk.
What a gruesome way to die. Body bag dispenser empty. Please replace sack reel before disposing of any corpses.
Zien we naar boven nou? Ik dacht dat jij die cleande als iedereen aan het werk was.
Whatever you do, don't mention Tossball to Isaac. You'll never hear the end of it.
You know, I haven't seen him in a while.
You'd be thankful.
Over? Oh.
You startled me. Don't sneak up on a person like that, huh? Braxton. I've never even heard of a Braxton. Got nothing for you, sorry. No! Okay, maybe, just a little. Braxton always has a good stash, and I just like to let loose a little. Stop thinking about the Marauders and the Raptidons outside, you know? Oh, damn. He told me he was delivering to this house in the ruins south of town. Whole family had fallen sick, and he had some meds on hand. So maybe look for him there?
We're in agreement that this Braxton is probably dead, right?
Pistol met 9 bullets en ook nog een shotgun shell. Oké. We zijn nog al even bezig hier in town. Holy crap zeg. Langer dan de vorige hele planeet. Oké. Dispensary spy room key. Dan moet ik gewoon hacken natuurlijk. Oké, dat is die. Wil ik wel nog even opsnel eigenlijk doen. Dr. Williams.
Smells like wrapped in here.
Oh, it does work.
Oh, dan gaan we. Sta jij hier?
Please, will some... Oh, thank Thank you for stopping. Everyone acts like nothing's wrong, like my little boy isn't at risk of being eaten by some vile creature. Please, you have to help me get my little Tucker back. He ran away and is going to get himself killed. Oh, I just know a Raptidon is melting him with acid as we speak. Oh, I just knew you were a good person. Agnes, I said, this is the man to save your little Tucky. And I was right. He ran out into the wilderness a few days ago. I warned him about the Raptidons, Mantisaurs, and Marauders, the toxic sulfur pools and poisonous glands, but he didn't listen. Please, won't you go and find my boy? Well, I guess I can't ask you to leave the town walls for free. It is deathly dangerous out there. I've got some bits saved up for a rainy day. I'll give you every last one if you just bring my Tucker back to me. I won't even be mad at him running off. You tell him I won't be mad. Thank you.
Ik vind online toch iets leuker. Er zit wat meer uitdaging aan. Wapens, bijvoorbeeld unlock je als je bepaalde rank hebt. Niet als je ze oppakt zoals een singleplayer. Kan ook geen paarden temmen online, dan moet je echt naartoe werken.
And if you find any of them iconoclasts indoctrinating my boy, you punch them in the mouth. Tell them what I think of them luring little boys away from their mamas. It's immoral.
Even kijken, hebben wij nog iets hier binnen? Dit was een valboek. Dat is ook buiten. Dat is ook buiten. Dit is hier binnen. Niet hier binnen.
Ooh, you're the new face. Wow, you must be up on all the latest tossball games. So who do you follow? Wait, don't tell me. You look like a Hammersmith Thunder fan. No, Glacial Age Mammoths.
What the fuck is tossball?
Aren't they just? When I get to worrying about the marauders outside, the Raptidons chewing at the walls, I just turn my transceiver up to drown it all out. Most of the time it's static on account of the frequency being clogged up, but sometimes it's tossball. So, what can I do for you? Graham's always filling the airwaves with this propaganda, like it's done him any good. All it means is the tossball games get to us in fragments. Makes them real hard to watch. Poor Isaac. I was wondering why I hadn't seen him in a few days. I'd really like to help. Isaac was a sweet fellow, even if he did have terrible teeth. I don't know for sure, but I saw Elijah and his buddies pushing Isaac around. They're hooligans from Fallbrook. They sweep into town, drop supplies off behind the warehouse, and spend the rest of their stay getting rowdy over tossball games. They usually loiter in the alley behind the yacht club. They're not allowed in the bar anymore. I bet you anything Isaac ran into trouble with one of them. Mr. Sanjar will be pleased to hear about it when you're done. I know he gets fed up with the Fallbrook bullies, but there's not much he can do.
Oké. Tijd om een gang uit te schakelen, lijkt het.
What are the chances of all the times and places we could have been born?
Yeah.
We're here, light years from Earth, going about our lives.
Every time the punch clock peels, a worker earns his meals.
Unit was unable to complete scheduled sanitization service due to the following reason. Locked door.
Exactly. You're not getting into my room again. If I hadn't caught you last time, you would have burned all of my books.
Who the fuck are you?
Hey, what are you doing here? This is our secret alley. Berta already pissed by those crates to market. Listen, that purple-toothed twerp had it coming. Not that anyone has proof. And not that it's any of your business. Oh yeah? What are you saying exactly? Wow. Most of the pencil pushers around here cave as soon as you look at them funny. Fine, we're going. This ain't worth it.
Nou. Maar dat bullies. Welkom terug. Oké, hij was blij als ze weg waren.
A fine day for business, isn't it? Anyway, what can I do for you? But that's terrible. What happened? I'm glad to hear you've dealt with them. They've been causing quite a bit of trouble around town. I've been consumed with other matters of late, but I would have dealt with them. Eventually.
Uh-huh.
Of course I would have. Still, your intervention in the matter is much appreciated. Please consider this payment for your services.
Even kijken. Dan is dat ook weer klaar. Even kijken. Dat is volgens mij, ja. Ja. Maar bij Velma zijn we al geweest. Oké, is deze hier binnen of ook buiten? Guardian. Dan nemen we alles mee. Dit loopt. Wacht, kun je naar boven. Of een deur die open was, of hoor ik nog echt? Dat is een andere kant. Oh, dat is deze, oké. Even kijken of we misschien aan de andere kant langs kunnen. Jongens. Dat is grim. Dan komen we daar hier langs. Zie. Wel. Niet het Catherine. Oké.
I hear those rich people in Byzantium pay a handsome bit for rat musk.
Dat is buiten. Dat is nog hier binnen ergens.
Great. Now I've got that tune stuck in my head.
Laten we eens buiten door gaan kijken. Je moet echt in kunnen komen in dit spel. Ja, het is net zoals Fallout.
Hold on to your hats, children. This ride is about to get ugly.
Deploying odor neutralizing aerosol spray now.
What? We hebben bezoek. Oh, daar hebben we niks aan.
Cleaning cycle complete.
Voorbeeld, ik stuur het in een 1. Dan komt een 1. Vind best. Dan zijn er geen companions. Doe die maar weer. kijken, wij waren hier binnen bezig. Zodat ik dadelijk best even terug kan gaan. Want zij zal wel de party joinen, denk ik. En aangezien Sam Joseph heeft, heb ik dat ook even fuck aan. Die is gesloten. Ik had eigenlijk verwacht toen ik hier de binnenkant zag dat ik hier die quest voor dingen had. Filosofika. Ja, dat gaat. Die is locked. Oh, ze schrijft door. Adverhuis schrijft door. Oh, Graveyard. Wat ik die nou compleet heb volgens mij. Laten we eerst even dat optionele nog doen. Misschien dat we daar nog wat extra XP voor krijgen, dat is nooit weg. FLP, missies op een gegeven moment eentonig worden. Daar had ik met Fallout geen last van. Oké, fair enough.
I wonder what's... This unit is clean, and ready to kill dirt. Get it up! Get it up! Pollution purified.
I smite you in the name of the law.
Resuming passive mode.
Oh.
Preparing to neutralize
A fine hit,
and
Captain.
sanitize.
$21.000 XP. Dat vind ik best wel veel voor hem. Eventjes een beetje te lopen, toch? Goed dat we dat gedaan hebben. Even kijken. coating erbij. Die wil ik eigenlijk wel op 60 hebben. Die ook. Dus nu doe ik eigenlijk nauwelijks. Maar het dialog zal ook een beetje omhoog moeten brengen. Die is flink gezakt. Oh. Waarom staat er 88 achter? Achter is meestal base en dan links ervan zijn de modifiers. Dat we hier nog 2 doen hebben we lie op 40. Bits and they shoot. Die doen we eerst. Even zoeken. Soms hebben een ability. Doe mijn science weapon. Sam. Even kijken. Die gaan we nou toch niet helemaal aan. Even kijken, 4 breakdown. Leadership en persuade. Die gaan we even laten. 22. Nee. Heb die monitorsteun ook nog niet binnen? Zou op 27 of 28 verzorgd worden? Ik weet dat bij mij bijna een week duurde. Ik had er wel 2 besteld. En eentje heb ik in gebruik. De tweede nog niet, want dan moet ik nog eerst een andere monitor verkopen. Dit kan ik misschien wel neerzetten en de één monitor vast ophangen en de andere nog laten staan. Kunnen we morgen wel eens naar kijken. Kijk, er is een helm van dingen, die heeft geen helm. Oké, dan kan deze helm ook weg. Dus die gebruik ik toch niet. One thing. Natural health, ja. Natural health, natural health, natural health. Deze helpt plus 25%. Dus is goed. Zo'n natural helper we nou bij hebben. Wat heb ik nog helemaal niet naar gekeken zelfs. Laten we maar even teruggaan naar town. Gaan we eerst even met onze hunter praten. Want ik heb het vermoeden dat die meegaat. Keuzes. Ja, inderdaad. Nou ja, de monitor zal sowieso even moeten wachten. Misschien dat die anderen inderdaad vast op de steun zetten.
The trick is not to breathe through your nose.
Oké, sloeg die twee op. Dan heb ik in ieder geval iets meer plaats weer op mijn bureau. Dus dan kan ik misschien alvast richten hoe ik dit scherm moet laten staan. Want ik vermoed dat hij nog wat naar de zijkant moet en dan het andere iets meer kantelt.
Scheduling cleaning order. Shine Vickers boots. Date scheduled. Not in this century.
So, was that a yes?
Ah, the charmer. Welcome back. Drink, chat, or business? All of the above? More or less dangerous than a steady supply of alcohol. Give it here. Whew, that hits the spot. Right in the, oh, no, there it is. There it is. Yes. We're in business. Let's go. Great. Where to? Oh, Hiram? I ain't checked in on that man in an age. He's running the giant radio tower we lovingly call Devil's Peak. We'll be going south and west, mostly along the road till we're past Fallbrook. Out there, there's a western slope that'll lead us through some fun. You like hunting, right? That's fun. If you're more of a spelunker, Rotting River will take you into the mountain caverns. We can discuss options when we get closer. That said, 3's already a crowd. I don't mind waiting somewhere until you got a spot open.
Sam, wait on the ship.
Customer profile created. Greetings, user Nyoka.
You look like a preacher. You a traveling vicar?
In a manner of speaking.
Stellar Bay had a vicar once. He took it upon himself to convince Graham's folk to come back to the corporate fold. Kept making the trip between the city and Amber Heights by foot. Kept getting himself into all sorts of scrapes. Day came when I found a book of his in the middle of a raft encampment. Hand still gripping it, too.
The plan unfolds as the plan unfolds. To vicar and layman alike.
Kijk, dat was mijn vermoeden in ieder geval goed.
Can we talk?
Even kijken. Waar is die? 800 meter. Dat is een heel eindje. Die is niet zo ver.
Good old Stellar Bay. Only place on the planet that don't stink of sulfur. On account of it stinking like fish instead.
Dit hadden we volgens mij al zo goed als leeggeschoten. was meenemen wat los ligt.
Careful. Only things you'll find in the ruins are liable to shoot you or eat you. Or both.
I believe this place has seen better days.
Oh ja, dus die arm storage net buiten de muur waar hij over had.
Hey, got a favor to ask you. Figure while we're out here in the wilderness anyhow, we might stop in on an old friend of mine. Preferably before we get to Hiram's. It's on the way, don't worry. You don't seem the type to run off and get yourself killed, and I could use the help. I'll be upfront with you. I hate asking for help. I hate it. Every time I give someone the opportunity to disappoint me, they seem to make it their most immediate goal. But this, what I'm thinking, it's dangerous. Really? Here I was steeling myself for inevitable rejection. I used to run with a band of hunters. Friends. 6 of us. We were on Monarch when the corporations pulled out, and we helped a lot of people pick up the pieces. I haven't seen 2 of them in years, and the rest I know to be dead. I'd like to gather their effects and bury them all in the same places, like the family we once were.
Okay.
First, we go to Hayes. I buried him a ways from our encampment. I need to pay my respects. I'll show you where he rests. He had a medallion in his effects. That's what I'll bring home to bury. Then we find my 2 lost trackers and bring them home. A long time ago, we built an encampment in one of Monarch's cave systems. Trouble is, a Mantiqueen showed up and kicked us all out. If we can find Rebecca and Anders, they'll know how to lure her out. Then, we kill the bitch and bury everyone's medallions together.
Okay.
Thanks, Cap.
Sounds like fun. Dagelijks multi. Or killing.
Everyone all right?
Ja, dan zie je kunstwerk best goed op die Hans Building Key. Ah, kijk. Nou, de sleutel ook al. Hoeven we niet te hacken. Daar is dit gebouw. Eerst even kijken wat in de overige gebouwen zit.
Don't mess with us.
Bench.
Incoming! Nice hit!
Ja, veel meer gebouwtjes. Eerst even hier kijken dan. Ja, die tunnel moest ook zo gezegd wissen. Interpersonal communication, behavior delegation, ID generation. Okay. Laten we maar deleten. Die wonen niet allemaal weer.
Oh, thank the Eternal. I'm Huxley. Hux if you're lazy. I'm stuck. My friends and I were scavenging here, and a Mantiqueen showed up. Then Raptidons. It was a void-blasted mess. I ran in here, and, now the door's locked. Little help? Phew. Thanks, mister. My buddy had a key, but I ain't heard him in a while. He locked me in here and took off. Probably got munched.
Yep.
So look for a dead guy, I guess. Or a rat. Maybe it's in a rat belly. Gross. Sure. Beats not answering questions.
Okay.
Huxley. I'm an Iconoclast runner. The Iconoclast runner. Fastest we've got. Ain't a Raptidon on the void precision hole that can catch me. I'm... Sorry. Put me in a tiny room like this and I'm liable to flip. Not keen on tight spaces, you know? Oh, that'd be my people. Graham and Zora and Milton and... I really miss them. You gonna let me out of here? I want to get back to Amber Heights. My buddy locked me in here. I told you that. It was for my safekeeping, on account of Raptidons wanting to munch on my head. But, I mean, okay, yes, fine. I get myself into sticky situations. It's just part of the life, all right? Sometimes you gotta hide in a trash can so you don't get eaten by monsters. Oh, neither was I. Who'd hide in a trash can? Gross. Probably. I don't know. When I try to read things, my mind gets to wandering about all the things I could be doing instead.
Okay.
Get me out of here! Oh, much obliged.
Phew. Thank you so much. It was getting all stuffy in there, and I was getting a mite lightheaded, and I think maybe I was gonna die. Now I'm out here, and I'm headed back to Amber Heights.
Still landing yourself in trouble, eh, Hux?
Oh, hi, Nyoka. You mind giving me an escort back home? Oh, you're traveling with someone. Never mind.
nothing on me. How's about a heaping helping of appreciation and respect? Afraid not, mister. Gotta pack light if I'm gonna run away from monsters. Oh, sure, I'm a runner. I'm used to getting all dizzy and... Hey, who's your identical, slightly blurry friend? Yes, sir.
Ja, is dat alles wat ze hier in het armsding hadden zitten? Kijk wat hier boven weer de trap is. Oké. Dat had dus zeer veel meerwaarde.
Our survival. We got a fight on our hands.
Oh, ik kilde al 2 jongens. Doen jullie die laatste? Infected. Ja, er ook niks aan. Nu wel even deze quest inleveren.
Is it true that manta queens devour their mates after copulation?
Yeah, well, sort of. They kill them, but they leave the body till their swarm hatches and eats it. The first meal is their father.
Makes one appreciative he wasn't born a mantisaur.
Slimy man like you might fit in just fine.
Even naar mijn inventory kijken trouwens. 2 van die flamethrowers. Yep.
Velma seem out of sorts to you?
Dat is vanuit die corporatie. Vanuit het boord.
Well, I see you've had a sobering effect on our friend Nyoka.
Sir, please stop.
Forgive me, Celia. I couldn't help myself. Anyway, what can I do for you? You weren't supposed to look. I asked you to delete it. Oh, yes. No doubt someone else was having a laugh at my expense before you. This has been my albatross. The great shame of my career. I give MSI everything. My work, my youth, my left kidney, and for years, I was a joke to them.
Bij nog steeds.
One of the executives required a transplant. I thought volunteering to donate might improve my prospects. Apparently not. Yeah, in charge of a scrap heap of a city, abandoned by the board and surviving only through the hypocrisy of our trading partners. I hadn't thought of it that way. But perhaps there's something to that. Thank you for that. Was there something else? Oh, yes. I'm going to be up all night with this. All those blanks waiting to be filled, boxes waiting to be ticked.